What an absolute comeback. When it comes to Naples, I'm very surprised by what we're seeing here in the real estate market. And I've got to admit, I've been doing this for a long time now, almost 18 years, and some things just don't make a whole lot of sense. But we're going to dissect that and then put some things in perspective so that hopefully at the end of this, you can actually have a better understanding about what's going on here in Southwest Florida. So every single month we go over the market stats year over year compared to what we were dealing with last year. And I'll put some things into some bigger perspective as well, because year over year doesn't always tell the entire story. And as we get into this, I'm going to be comparing both Lee County and Collier County. Lee County encompasses a lot of Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Bonita Springs, Estero, Lehigh Acres. And then we have Collier County, which is primarily Naples, Marco Island, Golden Gate Estates, etc. And so as we get into these numbers, you'll see what we're working with here. So jumping right into it, we have some interesting stats. So as far as the sold properties, this is what has sold year over year. In Collier County, we're looking at 277 single family homes that sold in the past month, and that's actually down 3%, so sort of in line with where we were in 2023. And then in Lee County, we always sell more in Lee County. That's 793 homes that sold, and that's down 9% year over year. So we've got that to consider. That's a bigger drop than what we saw in Collier. Now here's the big story. We have the median price for a single family home in Collier County is $845,000. That's up $50,000 over the same report 1 month ago, and up $45,000 from the month prior. So that's up $95,000 in just 2 months' time in these reports, and that's showing a 13% increase year over year. And it's just sort of surprising based on the stats that we're about to talk about. So make sure that you hang till the end, because we'll put that in perspective. The median price in Lee County is $405,000. That's down 4%. That's been pretty flat over the past 3 months. So we see Collier County, Naples is really the one that's attracting a higher price point, as we typically see, but usually they're more in line with each other than what we're experiencing right now. Days on market, this is a big one. We're actually up to 62 days on market in Collier County. That's up 44% over where we were this time last year. And 55 days in Lee County, that's up 62%. So if you remember, I don't know how long you've been watching these videos, but if it's been a while, first of all, thank you. And second of all, you'll remember back in 2021, we were looking at 1 week of time on market, and now we're up to 60 days or so. So substantially different than just a few, 2 to 3 years ago. Now, new listings, 826 in Collier County. That's up 22%, and 2,205 new listings in Lee County. That's up 28%. So we're seeing a large number of new listings come on the market, which is contrary to what's happening in a lot of other parts of the country where people are stuck with their 3% mortgage. They don't want to list their home for sale. We're starting to see people saying like, hey, I'll sell my house. I'm willing to make a move at this stage. So that's good news for home buyers that the inventory is increasing there. Now our pending inventory is at 606 in Collier County. That's down 21%. And then we have 1,646 that are currently pending in Lee County. That's down 13%. So we have both of those numbers lower percentage than where we were last year. So for the months that are going to be coming up here in the near future, we're going to see those closings be less, right? It's just that's the way that works. That puts our month supply in Collier at 7.1 months, which is up 58% year over year, and 6.1 months in Lee County, which is up 91% year over year. Now here's the deal, 7 months in Collier, 6 months in Lee County, that puts us into buyer's market territory. That's not good for sellers. That's buyer's market territory when we're well over that 6 month time frame. Now, why then do we have the prices doing what they're doing in Collier County? Well, it's sort of interesting. What's happening in Collier County is the average price has come down. So what that means in general is that the higher price properties, the luxury properties, aren't selling as quickly. We're not having as many of those sell. But the median price, so if we take the lowest to the highest and right smack in the middle, that is increasing. And so that's, good sign for those who own in Collier County, a little bit challenging for those who are looking to buy. Now, overall, what we're seeing in the marketplace right now is an increase in inventory. We have been steadily increasing in inventory by approximately 300 to 400 properties in all of Southwest Florida, week in and week out. Now that we're in the height of season, we're used to seeing that number reduce as we have the snowbirds in town, as more people are buying up the inventory that's coming on the market, but it's not acting that way this year. We're not having properties come off the market. We're just continuing to add properties in the market. The same thing happened to us last year. So it's just unusual compared to what we would typically see in the past. Right now in all of Southwest Florida, we're hovering just over 17,000 residential properties that are available to be purchased. Now, to put things in perspective, the previous year we had about 7,000. The previous year before that, we had about 2,000. But that is all post-COVID numbers. And if we look at pre-COVID times, we averaged about 19 to 20,000 properties on the market at any given time. So that really is not a number to be concerned about, but it's more of a, here's what it looks like to be getting into a stabilized normal market. That's how I look at that. The question that I have for the future is, what is the demand going to continue to look like? Because we see the pending numbers that are down. And if that happens, then all of a sudden, we go from 6 months or 7 months worth of inventory up to 1 year's worth of inventory. That's certainly going to put downward pressure on pricing. And I'm starting to see there are actually some opportunities. I've seen some foreclosures recently. I've seen a lot of opportunities where buyers have been able to negotiate way more than they've been able to in the past. We're seeing some options for pool homes out there for under $500,000, which hasn't happened in quite some time. So it's just there's some things out there that are really good news for the buyers in general. And as I've talked about before, new construction is continuing to lead the way as far as what people desire and what they're willing to do, because that is very helpful from an insurance perspective, because on the resale front, on the waterfront, a lot of the insurance rates are quite frankly, they're deal killers. That's just the way that is. So please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you could comment below what's your take? Where's the market going? Is it going to stay along these lines? Are we going to see a reduction in pricing? I would love to hear your thoughts, and make sure that you have a blessed day. Thank you.